Hey there, everybody. Professor Cloud here with, what is this, episode 11, I think, of Professor Builds an Anno 1800 Empire. In the last episode, we kind of focused on expansion. Let me go ahead and jump into the game here and we can take a look at what that expansion looks like. Okay, so the primary name of the game from last episode was expansion. We expanded Newcastle primarily in the area of artisans. So we increased our population up here. We're going to need to increase it quite a bit more in order to get access to some other things. But we did what we needed by about 25%. In order to give us access to bigger and better ships, specifically Ship of the Line and the Clipper, because one of my primary goals in the last episode was the zoological expeditions. So if we look here at Newcastle under items, we've got a helmet jellyfish, a orca, and a muskox. All of these are going to provide attractiveness along with the museum itself, and once we have a museum in place, we can actually stand up a public mooring, which will give us even more from a profitability perspective. We also, over in the New World, increased our populations at both Madrid and Barcelona by implementing coffee. So we look here at Obreros. We now have coffee production in place at both islands. We also stood up a boxing arena over in Barcelona. I need to do that right now here in Madrid because the boxing arena, if we look at Obreros,
we will always follow you.
Under happiness, it will give us a +4 in happiness and a +2 in coin. So we're going to also get some additional profitability. Now, the name of the game for this episode is going to be the museum. Implementing the museum, and some of you will go, but Professor Brian, whatever you want to call me, it doesn't make a lot of sense when you've only got 3 animals. And you're not wrong. I'm not going to get a huge profit because of a 90 attractiveness plus whatever the museum gives me by default. The public mooring isn't going to implement that much of an extra profit. That's true, but it's a starting point. We can then, as we get more and more zoological expeditions, right now I can't do the level 2s, so I can only focus on the level 1s, and I don't have any at the moment. We can start to add more and more, but getting that location built out and starting to add in additional things, because there are other pieces to a zoo that, other than just the animal attractions, that can also add additional attractiveness. So that's going to be the priority for this episode. The second priority for this episode is building out the 2 remaining islands that right now I have trading posts on, but I have nobody there. So I at least want to get their basics built out and start getting them moving so that we can increase our population some more and maybe start to move other things around within the given worlds. And then the tertiary priority of this episode, if we have the time, is I want to get beer built out on Luton Town. And I want to get it growing in a similar manner to the way that I have it growing on Newcastle, because if we look back here at the Obreros, beer is one of their luxury needs. Once I get to 600 Obreros, which really will not take a whole lot of time here in Madrid, we can increase our profitability even more, because that's 12 coins per household for beer. If we can send that over to the New World in a similar way that we're sending worker clothes, that'll be an excellent thing. So, the first thing that we want to do is I'm going to go back over to Newcastle. I'm going to stay in slow mode, and we're going to build out the zoo. Now, the zoo has a maintenance cost, but it's a starting point. We have to start somewhere. So we're going to put it right here in the middle. And we're going to use this entire area. And maybe even on the other side. Now, we have pathways. We have the empty compounds. And we also have a music pavilion. We're very much... I'm going to go ahead and stand up the music pavilion right now. Let me turn it. Requires adjacent building. Really? Well, that's kind of stupid. Alright, no problem. Well, we'll put it right there. Let's scroll down a little bit. Oh, we've already got... Okay, you can connect your cultural modules using pathway ornaments. Pathway ornaments must be built from the cultural buildings menu to connect its modules. No problem. Now, what do we want? First of all... No, I can't do that, actually. Let's put in just some standard paving for right now. Alongside here and alongside here. Okay. You can build one music pavilion per cultural building. Keep an eye out for sheet music to equip it with and enjoy the melodies. Very nice. Next is empty compounds. But before we do that, music will set the theme for your cultural building. Try to choose one that goes well to your exhibits. Yeah, we don't have... I don't think I have any... No, I do not. Okay. First of all, I've got a resident quest.
None other deserves this masterpiece.
Sheet music. It's finally finished. My life's work in art. Dare I dream that by accepting this gift, you intend to make it a centerpiece for the world to admire. Awesome.
Heard above the madding crowd.
There we go. Cool. So, we now have music. Next thing is to start putting in our compounds. Oops. So the music, by the way, gave us another 30 in attractiveness. So we've got 3 of these. Oh, one thing I wanted to talk about is because of our influence, we actually get free modules to stand up. We don't have there's no cost, and it's 10 per for zoo, museum, and botanical. So as long as we stay within those 10, we won't ever have to pay anything from an influence perspective. We've only got 3 right now anyway, so it has to be adjacent. Really, that's weird. Okay, so we'll put 1 there. Actually, no, we won't. Why does it have to be adjacent to the building? Alright, what I want to do is this. Now, can I put another module there? I can. Actually, okay, here we go. This is what I'm going to do. I apologize for all my indecisiveness. I really want to be specific about this. I really want to make this nice. Okay, and then let's put in... We'll put the muskox over on this side.
Living creatures don't need to be locked up to be appreciated.
Really? George isn't happy with me about that. Okay. Sorry, dude. Alright, we're going to put the orca there. And then I'm going to put... Nice. Attractiveness has grown. You will notice, though, that unfortunately, my profitability has dropped a little bit, and that's just because of the maintenance cost in the museum. That's okay. It will come down, or it will go back up when I put in the public mooring. Let's see. These are gardens, and I will put them in as well. At some point. I don't have any at the moment, but we will put them in. Alright, so let's put you there. And then we're going to put another one. They all have to touch the... They've all got to touch the building. Well, that freaking blows. Alright. Alright, then let's do this. I cannot believe that they've all got to touch the building. That really limits what a zoo's capable of. I wonder... Okay, then let me try something. Can I put it here? Okay, then let's do that. And then we can adjust things a little bit later. And then we'll add additional paving. There we go. Alright, so it's not very clean, I will be honest, but we've got 120 attractiveness, and it's a starting point, as I said. So, I wonder why the profitability dropped so much. It's not like it's not like each one of these has a $100 maintenance cost. Okay, now the next thing is the public mooring. And here it is here. So, it has a $400 maintenance cost, but it provides profitability based on the attractiveness of your city. So, let's go ahead and put that in place. As soon as I can find some place to put it. Put it right there, I think. So if we look, we've got an attractiveness of 494. It's going to start to bring in visitors and therefore income, and hopefully that will counterbalance the $400 maintenance cost. Alright. So let's let that run. Let me turn back time, or turn up time. Unfortunately, if we look at my current expeditions, I only have a level 2 zoological, and because of where my current shipping situation is, I don't feel like I've got anything that can handle that, considering how much of a problem we had in the last episode. So we'll just go ahead and leave that alone for now. Let us take a quick look at my diplomacy. George is down to 82. Let's see. What can we do? I don't need to flatter him. I will offer him a gift.
I never needed any help from anyone.
Yeah, well, you still gave me 2. You, I don't know what to do with you, to be 100%. I don't know what to do with her. Right now, though, Anne and I are in decent shape. I'm continually building up her. Once we get to a good point, we can start to sell her beer, and that's going to, of course, increase profitability even more. Speaking of, let me take a quick look at my stores. Where is my soap situation? Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and do a quick run of soap. Over to Eli.
Coordinates plotted.
It's not a lot of money, but it makes up for the cost that we just spent. Apparently we've got a quest here in Newcastle somewhere. Oh, there it is.
Far be it from us to make the foreman work.
The community could use some bonding. Help me organize a good old-fashioned barbecue, yes? Just get the sausages and bread and I'll take care of the rest. Oh, that shouldn't be a problem.
I'm only a cog. It's you what pulls the... Spill the sauce.
Yeah, already had it.
Sure. A promise kept.
So we just got the glass blower. Equipped in a trade unit, increases productivity by 10%, and it affects window makers. Yeah, see, some of these items are very, very specific. Let's take a quick look at our public... Okay, not enough time yet. But a tendency for 494, that actually counterbalances the upkeep cost, I believe. Okay. So that was the very first thing that we wanted to do in this particular episode. The next thing that we want to do is we want to go back over to Luton Town. And if we look here at our workers, they only have beer left. But we need to increase the number of workers that we have before we can actually... Oh, they need more worker clothes. Actually, let me take a look at productivity here on Luton Town. We need another fishery. We need another schnapps factory. That's not a problem. And then I definitely need more worker clothes. Okay. Alright, so fishery's no big deal. Okay, put that right there. I'm going to need some more farmers. Alright. I also want to start upgrading.
Gorgeous!
Yeah, worker clothes. Okay.
Don't make me take it back.
Sure.
Tolerable.
Nice. That gets him in a very, very nice place. Let me request a... That's not what I wanted. Wrong thing. Let's request a quest from Lady Margaret, because she has this tendency to have things drop just because we haven't spoken to her. And she gave us nothing.
Oh, does your poor heart burn without my guidance?
Request trade rights. Request... Yeah, nothing. Okay. Beautiful. Lovely. I'm worried about her. I am very, very worried about her. Okay, first things first. Where is Schnapps? Right there? Yeah. Let's put you right there. Okay, so that'll take care of that. And then worker clothes. It's a 1-to-1, right? It is definitely a 1-to-1. I think I'm going to have to start making some moves here to move some things. I am... Oh, there's...
We put our love
framework.
into
Okay,
this.
I see what I did. Alright, let me slow down time. Alright, first of all, let's do this. Next, let's move you there. Oh. Why can't I go across the water? There we go. Okay, I'm going to start moving some of these farms. Out. Oops, wrong way. There we go. This will actually give me room for the farmers to grow. I'm going to need another warehouse. So let's put you here. Actually, let me make sure that these are all okay. 3 out of 4. Oh, I see. Construction area blocked by what? Actually, you know what? It's probably fine that we do it this way.
Peddlers say there's nowhere to take it.
Oh, there's a little bit of a ridge there. Interesting. Okay, that's got to have more in the way of pigs, so let me move you over to there. Yeah, there's a ridge right there that's extremely hard to see.
We're all full up.
Okay, let me copy you. Okay. Now. Why is there a druid sickle here? Okay, so as you can see, our larger balance is back up. So we've now got 2 sheep farms. We need another worker close. There we go. And I'm actually going to go ahead and improve these particular roads because I think it makes sense to do it all the way. Okay, so that should fix the productivity issue or the production issues that we were having. Okay, worker clothes are fixed. Schnapps is fixed. Fish is fixed. Alright, excellent. Now, let me put in some more farms. And then I can put another set right along here if I need to. Which I'm going to need to, but the farmers will increase here in a little bit. Oh, we've got a quest over here. Oh, the artisans have a quest for us.
This must appear ungrateful, what with all I already have.
When I could not see his red smock, I glanced up and understood my apprentice had gone. He says he prefers to be his own boss and to make his money at the theater. There are more wealthy people there than there are at my little shop, for sure. Perhaps I'm no natural authority figure.
Help! My brief candle extinguishes!
We're trying to find his wayward apprentice.
Oh, thank heavens for the paperback.
Find and collect the artisan's apprentice. There he is. Okay.
Wild abandoned courses through every limb.
Okay, we got a lily garden for the zoo. Unfortunately, that's only the one, so we'll have to live with that for right now. Oh, he might be a little... He is a little far away from a warehouse. So let me put you there. Okay. No, he's not. That's fine. Wanted to take a quick
Our
look.
cruise was
Yep.
just as full as
Yeah.
last time.
So we're now getting 1,700 just from the public mooring. So it's counterbalanced everything that I did to make up to build all of that out. Now, unfortunately, my numbers at Newcastle somehow have gone down because we were in the 4,000 to 5,000s before that. We'll have to figure that out. But for right now, it's a good starting point. Okay, now, where are we with Luton? Luton's back up to plus 127. Excellent. So now that we've gotten all of our issues taken... What do you mean there's no connection to the harbor? Okay. Well, then we'll fix that, I suppose. I don't understand how there's no connection to the harbor. Especially considering we're seeing a buggy go along the road. Yeah, I'm not getting that at all. I don't like what I did here. Let me, at the very least, do this. Alright. One other thing that we're going to have to do here, I think, if we want to do beer, is... Yeah, we're going to start to need some steel here. So I think I'm going to actually have to create steel production here on the island, and I'm not particularly happy about that. But, because it doesn't help me in any way. It's just a resource. That's not going to do it. Let me put in some more farmers here. That's going to increase some more, and I'm going to need to do that anyway because I need to start to add in hops, and I'm going to need some additional grain, and that's the whole reason for moving things out over to here. I do not understand why it keeps saying no connection to the harbor. That makes no sense to me, because my production numbers wouldn't have gone up if that wasn't the case. Alright, let's take a quick look over at the New World and where we stand here.
You guide us towards something bright.
So we need to get some more obreros here in order for us to get access to bombins, which are hats, by the way. And we need the exact same number to allow for beer. So let's go ahead and put in some more Yornaleros. I also want to make sure that I have the boxing arena. Oh, I never put the boxing arena in. No, I didn't. I could have sworn that I did. Yeah, no, I didn't. Okay. Maybe I did over in Barcelona and I forgot to do it here. Alright, then what I'm going to do is take maybe these 4. And move them there. And then put the boxing arena there. Because that is going to give 2 coins per household and 4 happiness. So that should absolutely increase our profitability here in Madrid. Did I do... Yeah, okay. I built the boxing arena in Barcelona, but I just didn't do it in Madrid. That's all. Okay. Let's see where we stand then with our obreros here. Oh, we do not have coffee. I could have sworn I built coffee.
Stand aside, boss.
Corn.
Don't get dirt on your fancy shoes.
Sugarcane. No, I did not build corn. Or coffee, I mean. Alright, let's go ahead and do that here in Barcelona then. That'll be easy enough. And coffee, it is a 2-to-1. So I need 2 coffee plantations. Let me see how far I can... Oops, that's not going to work. Alright. And then copy that. Move it right next door. Okay, we also need roads. And then the coffee roaster itself is too big to go right there. I think it's also time to do some of this. Okay. I think that's good enough for now. Maybe here as well. Yeah, that's good. Oh, let's go back to the old world real quickly, and our ship should be there.
Frigate
Good.
first class.
Let's sell all of this. 57.6. Excellent. And then we will go back to send you back to Newcastle. The Argos, we need to get rid of the book. Actually, do we? Happiness -3, income per house plus 25%, equipped in a town hall. I'm wondering if we shouldn't go ahead and put that in the artisans. Let's take a look at our population here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Newcastle. Here we go. So artisans, we currently have 750. And their happiness is currently at 66. So if we remove 3, is it 3 per household or 3? If it's just 3, I'm fine. I'm really... Okay, well, let's put it... Yeah. So we got 3 lily gardens that we can put in around the grounds of the zoo. Yeah, see, these I don't want to do. These 2, matter of fact, I want to sell them. there a way to see... the productivity per household type? That's happiness. I'm trying to figure out the best place to put a town hall. Because I can very easily put one in here. But it's not going to cover enough ground. And I mean, the same thing's going to be true for my workers here. Alright, well, we'll worry about that a little bit later then. Let's focus back on the old world.
I...
Just want to get my ships out of the way here.
These fabled lands exist after all.
It's a pirate hunt. You know what? It might not be a bad idea.
Your people are starting to get sick.
Where? Ah, crap. Okay. Let's see. We'll put you there. Let me also...
I see.
Oh yeah, Barcelona. I need to get the coffee finished. Yeah, I don't have the coffee production in place. I don't know the best place to put the coffee production, to be honest. That's rum. Speaking of rum... Oh, there is a fire station nearby. Okay, good. Where did I put...
What brings you here,
so I put
Governor?
the tortilla maker over there nearby. Then let's go ahead and do the same thing here. We'll put the coffee roaster right next to it. Right next to the coffee. And it's near that particular warehouse, so that should be good. Barcelona's now in a deficit, however. So, let's do this, this, and this. And then I need to figure out where we're going to expand next. We're running out of room. I gotta leave room for this clay if I actually need it. Right now I don't need it, but at some point I will. Alright, so we've got clay now. We've got coffee now. That'll be going up. That'll increase our profitability here. We just put in additional farmers. That'll increase profitability some more. Let's take a quick look at our Barcelona production. Probably need another lumberjack hut. Oh, we could use some more cattle. I mean, it's a lifestyle need, but... And more ponchos. Okay, so cattle and ponchos. This is the alpaca farm. Ponchos are a 1-to-1. Yep. Okay, so let's copy you there. And then that and that. Okay, so that takes care of the ponchos. Yep, that takes care of the ponchos. We're in good shit. We're back under. And the only other one is meat. But cattle meat... Oh, no, no, no. Hold on a minute. Cattle meat is actually being used for the tortillas. Yeah, it's being used for the tortillas. How am I losing out, though? I've got 2 cattle farms, 2 corn productions to the 1 tortilla. That's exactly the way that it's supposed to be. Huh. That's very weird. I think I can bump up the time now. Alright, I don't think I'm going to get to build out the other islands. I really don't. Well, now I know where the illness came from.
New orders, Admiral.
I don't know. Order should... Okay, it clears up all on its own. Alright, let's move you out to here. Also, oops, that's not what I wanted. Region shaken up by new wave artistas. Upstarts repaint the new world in
This
their
will
own
bring
image.
us closer to the dream.
Okay. The lost vibrancy of the Mazoans pumps palpably through this new generation who crave any and all avenues to express themselves, even radical visions of the way football should be played. Okay, hold on. You need to go over here.
Your people are healthy again.
Okay, good. Upgrade the... Oh, they want me to upgrade to artistas. Well, we're not there yet, though. That's the thing.
My spirit is weak.
Yeah, we're not there yet. Madrid's at plus 282. Alright, they've got coffee, they've got tortillas. We do not have enough yet for bombins. Alright, let's do this, and this.
You reached a new milestone.
Okay, so Madrid has now become a colony, and that opened up... That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, good. Alright, so that opened up bombins. We have a quest over here from Isabella.
These people, they need a hero.
We are preparing to relocate the good people we managed to free from La Corona, but in the meantime, they all need clothes and food urgently. Clothes and food.
We're counting on you.
21 bread and 14 work clothes. Alright, so let's get you. Two, 21 bread. And... Alright. To Madrid. Okay. Send you off to do that. Newcastle. Oh, our festival is gone. So we're back to the real world. We're still in a very positive state, but... Let's take a quick look here now at... We've got... I thought we had 3 lily... Yeah, we had 3 lily gardens. Oh, okay. So now I should have 3 lily gardens. Yes, I have 3 lily gardens. Okay. So let's put 1. Why? Okay. We get 1 more, it'll be a nice piece there. Add a few of these. Okay. Unfortunately, the lily gardens don't increase the attractiveness, unfortunately. I don't understand that completely. Okay, real quickly, I want to kick off the expedition that we just got, the pirate hunt. So, rations, naval power, force, and hunting. We're going to send the Rising Sun.
I'll never get seasick.
Alright, it already had rations. I think I'm going to add a few more fish. Alright, there's that. Force we get from the bosun. We could send the glassblower for extra crafting. We've also got hunting. See if there's anything that has better hunting. No. Force, we've got 10. Is there anything we've got with better force? No. And then naval power is 15. I think we've already got that because of the ship itself. Maybe send some beer along. I was going to send schnapps, but because I wanted to be able to have medicine. I don't know why our beer consumption is going down. I have to take a look at that on Newcastle. Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's send some rum. There we go. Alright. It is now off on a pirate hunt. We'll see what happens with that. I doubt that... Matter of fact, I know for a fact we're not going to be able to finish that expedition during this episode, so we'll have to see what happens. Alright, the next thing then that I want to do is take a quick look at production because of the beer... what I saw as beer production being a problem. Schnapps we're actually making enough. Because we're not selling potatoes anymore. I don't know why we need wool. Clay has always been an issue. Yeah, we're making more than enough beer. Huh. It's very strange. Alright, what have I got as far as steel is concerned? So right now I'm at a 2 for 2 for steel. We've got enough coal. We've got more than enough coal. We got more than enough iron. The reason that I'm asking this is because for artisans, the next thing for them is sewing machines. Which is iron, coal into steel, a lumberjack hut, and then just a sewing machine factory. So there's potential here that I could go ahead and spin up a sewing machine factory as is without anything else. And we would get 2 additional artisans and 13 coins each. The problem is that the sewing machine factory has a $500 maintenance cost. We've got more than enough artisans to do it. I'm going to go ahead and do it as part of our expansion. Let's put you here. Oh, yeah, let's definitely put you here. Because then you're in... Chance of fire is was under 40% that way. Yeah, perfect. Alright, so we'll do that. Unfortunately, that decreased our profitability here on Newcastle by a good margin. However, we can start to accommodate for that by increasing population in other places. So, one of the things that I am going to do is take some farmers. How do I want to do this, actually? Actually, yeah, let's just do new farmer residences right here. And then at some point we will upgrade them. That being said, the numbers will go up once the artisans get their sewing machines. Right now they don't have any. Alright, now while that's working, let's go back over to Luton and figure out what we can do here. Luton is currently at a minus 120 deficit. I don't know why. And this is still showing as no connection to the harbor, which is why these are now full.
To the edge of the world.
I don't understand. It's almost as if it doesn't recognize this bridge. Okay, I'm going to try something. Am I missing a connection here? Because it's... trying to see if it was just that one or this one as well. Alright, so my numbers have gone up. I don't understand why... Oh, there's why. That's why. Okay. It had nothing to do with them being over here. I thought this was connected. Alright, at this point, I don't want to... Actually...
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
Ready the ropes?
We need to go to here. There we go. That'll take care of that quest. Alright, let's get back over to the old world and fix this problem. Alright, so everything is now connected. I now have additional roads if I need them, so that's good. Let's go ahead and put this in place to make this better. Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah, so now Luton is back in the positive. Excellent. Okay. Now we just need to upgrade that to a medium. All right, now we're cooking with fire, or gasoline, or whatever. Okay, the last thing that we're going to do in this episode then is get beer production running on Luton, so that we can start getting beer here, so that our workers have it.
It's all right, this, isn't it?
And gets us to the extra 12 coin. Let me do some more upgrades here real quick. I just heard an explosion that I don't like the sound of. Oh no, it's thunder. Never mind. Alright, that will get us to the necessary number of workers. Now, the next thing. Wrong thing. Beer. Okay. Every minute. So we need 2 wheat. Probably going to have to put in some more farmers when this is all said and done, but let me just get this started. We need 3 hops. No. So the 2 to 1 for the malt. And then it's... This is where things get very, very confusing. Let me stand up to 1 malt. Yeah, my numbers are going down. Oh, Luton's in a really, really positive place right now. Excellent. All right, let's put... Actually, hold on. Whoa. Back up, Brian. Back up. I do this to myself all the time, and I need to stop doing that. Just because it makes sense to have them right next door to one another does not mean that you're not going to need to expand your wheat, which you absolutely 1,000% will. So let's do... All right, let's do this. Let's extend you out even further to there. And then let's put... there. And I'm gonna do... Whoa.
I feel it reflects the times.
Okay.
You look as radiant as ever.
Oh, nice. Beautiful. +5 for financial powerhouse, -25% riot because of non-aggression pact, and another -50% because of happiness and light. That's incredible. Excellent.
It's important to be true to oneself.
Oh no, Luton doesn't have hops. Fertility. Well, I messed up again. Alright, I have a route that runs between Newcastle and Luton. Oh, I'm sending beer to Luton. That's why Newcastle is running low. Alright, I think I might actually reduce that to 15 then. . Well, guys, I'm terribly sorry. I made a ginormous mistake. That's why Luton's got so profitable so quick. It's because it took all of the beer that was in its stores that I had already been sending it and has started using it now. Alright, that's fine. Alright, let's take a quick look at production here on Luton, just to make sure everything looks good. I can actually destroy the malt house. And I will. Let's do that now. I don't get everything back for that. Lifestyle needs. I've already got the meat turned on. Everything else is unavailable at the moment. I could start shipping rum here. How is rum looking at Newcastle? Rum. 0. So, no. We need to get... How's my numbers here? 2244. Are the artisans... Okay, the artisans have got their sewing machines. So they're now at 13 each. Good. Alright, I also put in those new farmers.
Sweet as a spring meadow.
Why? That was strange. And then we'll figure out who we want to promote to artisans to move them up here, because we've got some nice room. Let's see, what do we want to do? How do we want to handle this? Yeah, our numbers went down because we don't have anything new. The one big problem that public moorings have... Oh, no, we lost some of our attractiveness, I think, because of the sewing machine factory. I am almost positive...
Always harder with someone at your shoulder.
...that the sewing machine factory actually removes happiness. It doesn't clearly say, but I'm almost positive that that's the case. Alright, we're going to need to increase our... God, we're already sending 50. Huh. How... Alright, let me take a quick look then, because if we can send more, then I will. Let's take a look at Madrid and see what...
There is a time for...
First class.
Did it go as planned?
There you go.
Your brave actions may just have saved us.
Okay, so we can increase pearl abundance when we get to that point. Let's send you back home for now, until I know what to do with you. Madrid. How is the rum situation looking here? 168. Yeah, you've still got plenty. So, alright, let's update this trade route then and make it an extra 25.
A competitor raised a settlement.
Okay. Oh. Okay, that's a problem. Are we out of worker clothes? We are out of worker clothes. That's going to cause fluctuations in my profitability. And we notice our profitabilities have gone up. And I think that's partially because of Luton Town. I think that's also because of Newcastle. Alright, let's do this then. Let's increase this all the way. And we'll have to accommodate that in Newcastle. Ooh. Why did it not take? There we go. Okay. Yeah, so unfortunately this might end up feeling like a bit of a boring episode because of the fact that it's been a lot of maintenance. We've got enough worker clothes. We should be work clothes. We should be absolutely fine. All right, Newcastle's now at a plus 3,000, so we're getting our numbers back up again. We're now up over 500,000 in the bank, so that's fantastic. All right, let's take a look then at what's next. For fur coats,
All hands at the ready.
Okay, our expedition requires attention. Here we go. La Isla de la Muertes. They say the Isle of the Dead is not dead at all, that a bone legion guards its secrets. The rock that dominates the island looks like a skull, at least, if you squint and tilt your head. Marrow pink stone rises 150 feet above the forest, pitted with lofty caves that could be mistaken for a multitude of eyes. The dark scar of a mouth at its base could lead somewhere rewarding, if indeed you are brave enough to delve. Okay. Those stories you loved as a child, this is your chance to be part of one. We have no equipment for that. Treasure and bone armies. What nonsense. No skill is needed, only your choice matters. Okay, treasure and bone armies.
Hair-raising horrors.
The crew are sad to have passed up an adventure. At first it's a relief, of course, not to have to confront a giddy army of bone sailors, whom, if tales be true, are holed up within that skull-like rock, perhaps swigging spectral rum and grinding their teeth over the life they spent as flesh and blood. Perhaps, but what would your men know? They were never there. Alright, it's unfortunately a loss of 10 morale. Okay, again, let's take a quick look here. Fur coats needs another 90 artisans, so that actually shouldn't be a bit of any problem at all. If we take, say, these 6. Move them here.
Day full a day of dreary drudge.
Oh, oh crap, that's right. You have to upgrade them. That's my fault. I actually have to upgrade them down there. Because the minute you move them, they lose access to the island, to the marketplace. Yeah, I needed to upgrade them down there. I am very dumb. Yeah. Okay, now we can move them. I'm knowing that just simply because I don't like that number being below 200. Just a little bit of a pet peeve more than anything else. Alright, I'm going to move you over to there. Just because. Alright, that opened up hospital and fur coats. We need quite a lot more to get to the university. Fur coats, though, which we can't do anything with at the moment because we need cotton and we need a cotton plantation, which are all done over in the New World. But a hunting cabin to get fur coats. We could also, I will say, this is not something that I'm going to do, but we could purchase fur coats from Madame Kahina and, you know, remove this problem altogether and just set it up as a regular thing. I personally don't want to do that. We're also going to need a hospital here at some point. Where are we at? Yeah, plus 3581.
I should be honored.
They're not quite full up yet. They will be. Yeah, but fur coats, happiness-wise, they're all fine. Lifestyle needs, they've got everything. That's paper, okay. Their delights I can't do anything with. I think we're really getting ourselves to the point where local mail is the next thing that we need to do. Because local mail affects all citizens. Every single layer has a lifestyle need of local mail. And that's something that will increase profitability. It'll increase the population. Everything gets affected by local mail. But local mail does require aluminum, which can only be done in the New World. So, let me go over to the New World real quickly, and then we're going to wrap up the episode. I want to see where things stand here. We need to get beer to the New World. That's something we need to take a look at in the next episode as well. Actually, let me write myself a few notes. Local mail. Beer, New World. And then what are lifestyle
I
needs?
wish I
Local
could see
mail,
your great cities
again.
in the old world.
And then some of these are going to be required for artistas. What about our Yornaleros?
About time he was something good.
Yeah, they still don't have... They're not... So I'm having consistency problems with population and profitability because of getting things to the New World from the Old World. I've got to... That's something else I need to figure out. We may have to... Let me take a quick look at Barcelona. Yeah, see, even though I'm sending a whole lot of rum to Madrid to then ship it back over to the Old World, Barcelona is still full up. Alright, what does the trade route here look like? Yeah, it was the Ranger. I think. And then Barcelona to Madrid. In Barcelona, we want to load rum. I'm going to load 50. Madrid, we're going to drop it off. Let's just do that. Let's just do that.
We have the devil to pay.
I may have accidentally deleted the wrong one. I did delete the wrong one. Let's take a quick look at the expedition and we'll go back and
Wild
fix that
things
route.
pursue us.
An ambush of missiles. This unmapped region of the Great Forest is home to an indigenous people whose policy is to preempt the hostility of trespassers into their territory. Suddenly, a man grips his shoulder where a feathered dart now hangs. It could have come from anywhere. Do you hide, fight, or if all else fails, flee? Alright, finding cover gives us only 6% chance because of the coal. Root out and tackle the ambushers is a 10% bonus chance because of our bosun. Or lose morale. So, we got to try the root out and tackle the ambushers. Oh, awesome. It takes all their calm for your men to fan into the forest. There's a thud as one of the dart blowers is struck down with the butt of a rifle. Whistles all around, signal a retreat, leaving your men to examine one of the 6-foot blowpipes. Perhaps they left knowing the damage had already been done. Sure enough, those hit begin wheezing heavily, collapsing to the floor. The darts are tipped with poison. Alright, so the whole reason we brought medicine was for this. Identify the poison. Didn't happen. Anxious to avoid misdiagnosis, the doctor is slow to react. Before long, the one who took a dart to the neck suffers opisthotonus, his back arching in spasm before giving out to exhaustion. The death sparks the good doctor into life. Ah, so it's strychnine, he says, gesturing to the trees. Sourced from breadfruit, chloroform relaxes his patients for a cleansing irrigation, and somehow they manage to recover. Time to leave this place. We still lost 10 morale, though, because of it, even though we were able to successfully determine the poison. How sucky is that? Okay, I did actually do the wrong route. So, alright, let's delete. This one is correct. Was it the Flying Dutchman that went back and forth? No, it was the Jolly Roger. Alright, Newcastle. Madrid. Okay, so from Madrid... I want to load rum, drop it there. In Newcastle, I want to load work clothes, drop it here. And then as far as rum is concerned, if I can load another... I mean, in Madrid. Where's the rum? There it is. 25. Okay. So that's that. All right, let's check things. Ship. Alright, it has... I apologize, I forgot to turn off my ringer. Alright, let me get it to where it's going. The only reason I'm doing that is because it has an extra laden of rum. It's not going to be able to drop it off, though, is the problem. Well, we're up over 600,000 in the bank. So it's going to drop off the 50. Or it's going to try to. Alright, well, it's going to have to do what it does.
Your people are starting to get sick.
Okay, let me stand up a hospital here real quick. Where? Alright, we'll put you out here then. That'll be nice. Alright, that'll take care of itself. I'm not worried about that. Alright, I think that's going to have to do it for this episode. I've already gone a lot longer than I would have liked to have, very much like the previous episode. However, I may time-lapse a little bit of this, because some of it was duplicative, but we're still in very good shape. We are in a positive space, a profitable space on all of our islands. We did not get to actually build out the new islands. Hopefully we'll get to that in a future episode. In the next episode, though, I think we need to take a look at local mail, getting beer to the New World, and validate. I really need to pay close attention to the work clothes and rum trade routes and see how they are really working between the different islands. And then lastly is bombins. We're now ready to get bombins in place in the New World. And we're going to need to do that for a couple of reasons. One, increasing population in Barcelona and Madrid, but also we're going to want to start to take a look at how we can get cotton to the old world so that we can create fur coats for our artisans. So that's something else that we're going to want to take a look at in the next episode as well. Again, as always, if you've been enjoying it, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. It helps me out greatly. If you've got any comments, concerns, critiques, please feel free to put them in the comments. I read every one of them and would look forward to any that you might have. So hopefully I will see you in the next episode of Professor Builds an Anno 1800 Empire. See you then.